So today's going to be a bit of a first for me. This is the only backpack that I have ever unbagged on my channel. And there's a very good reason for that. This is an Everki backpack, and it is designed for technology users like myself. So my backpack that I usually use is a Windows Vista brand backpack, and we're going to see how well the Everki stands up to the kind of load that I typically carry around with me, including, mouse pad, tablet, various chargers. We're going to see how much room it has and how well it can accommodate these things. So come here and have a closer look. Okay, so Everki style that works. This is the Everki beacon. And what has it got to say for itself in terms of features? So innovation is the result of challenging the mind to overcome the obstacles that others have sidestepped. The design studio uses this mentality to consistently employ new and unique ideas in the creation of our products. I've heard very good things about these backpacks, so I'm actually quite excited about this. 180-degree variable opening front pocket. Okay, cool. 4-point weight distribution for added safety and comfort. Okay, neat. Stowaway weather-resistant shield, that's handy. Dedicated padded notebook slot with anti-scratch fur liner, okay. Quick access hip pockets with mobile phone audio vents, that's handy as well. Dual reinforced handles for lifting heavy loads. Where are the dual reinforced handles? Well, we'll have to find those a little bit later. Oh, well, here's one of them. Okay. And that does look reinforced. Integrated audio cable management loop. Okay, interesting. What else we got in here? Limited lifetime warranty protection. Okay, that's handy. So why don't we get started here? So on the back, we've got a couple kind of adjustable looking straps. Got a couple little loops right here. We've got, here is our dedicated audio cable management doodad. So you can run your cable up through here and up through here. So it won't get caught on anything when you're taking your backpack on and off. That is incredibly handy. The overall padding quality on the straps, I'd say, is very good. Comparable, if not better, than my existing Windows Vista backpack. But then I think almost, as far as others, most people are concerned, almost anything is an improvement over Windows Vista. So let's go ahead and just kind of put it on and see. Okay, so it sits right where it should on the shoulder. Okay, let's see what else we got here. That looks like probably the stowaway weatherproof shield. Now, weatherproof is sort of one of those things that gets thrown around an awful lot. I wouldn't expect to be necessarily taking this, on a motorcycle with you in the rain and expecting nothing inside to get even damp. But I would expect it to keep the rain off enough that nothing should get damaged or soaked through this layer, and then this layer, and then whatever else that you have inside the bag. So that is a very cool little feature. And the fact that it stows away like that means that you can just kind of cram it away and only use it and only have it affect the aesthetic of the bag when you actually need it. So yeah, there you go, weatherproof shield. I could have just read that little tag and then I'd have known what it was. So with audio vents, here are the audio vents. Although, oh, look at that, they're not just simple openings, so they should actually be a little bit weather resistant themselves, so that's kind of nice. There we go, yeah, so there is a fabric on the other side of it, the liner. You can also use it for, school. If your mom's like, why do you need this bag? You can be like, oh, because I can store my pens and calculators in it. But really what you're doing is you're putting your phone and your DS in it, and whatever else. Do kids still use DSs? I don't know. This one does not have the audio vents, but it has a slightly different cable management system, and it does have a loop for hanging, keychain or whatever else off of it, so that's kind of handy. There you go, you got two little pockets there. Overall, I'd say the build quality is just outstanding on this so far. Materials used are very, very robust feeling, and all the zippers have slid very, very easily. Okay, well, that was my fault. Okay, so let's keep going. Here is the 30 or 180 degree, there's the other reinforced handle. So there's the two reinforced handles, and they are definitely about as reinforced as they get. So let's keep undoing things here. Let's see what this is. So here we have some stowage stuff. So there's a pocket there. Lots and lots of individual little pockets. Helps you stay organized. So that goes in there. And then we've got, hold on, let's do this one first. So there is the laptop. Ooh, check this out. So it's not real fur, Very disappointed about that. Actually, I'm not. It's okay. So it's not real fur, but that is very, very soft. So let's go ahead and see if it will fit my huge 15.4-inch gaming laptop. Wow. Very easily. Tons and tons of space left over once I put my notebook in there. So that's awesome. It barely fits in my Microsoft bag. So here, why don't we leave that in there, actually. All right, so let's keep going here. So here is a, oh, is this the inside piece of the notebook bag? You know what, give me a second to figure out how this works. Okay, so we figured out how the 180-degree opening thing works. You just undo these buckles, and then these zippers actually go all the way down to the bottom of the bag. However, I'm not going to bother doing that for the video. And then this just looks like another padded, like, pouchy thing that you can put stuff in. So this does go in here with its fur-lined protectiveness, and then, you know, maybe if we had a tablet computer that we wanted to have a little bit of extra padding, we could chuck that in there, although it looks like you could keep like another laptop in it, no problem. Although you don't have to use it, so you can take it out. And then you've got a bunch more pouches and pockets and stuff. So actually that's probably a better place for my tablet. There we go. Throw that in there. And then we've got pieces of Velcro here that help you to keep this button closed. It also will hold this. Nope, this is to close this. Okay, good. Now I understand. Okay. I mean, really, it's how they intend you to use it is sort of not that important. But the most important thing is just there's lots of different ways to organize your stuff in here. So we've got, this is just a divider. It doesn't go all the way down to the bottom, but feels fairly well built. So it should stand up to the test of time, and then this can be closed up there so you can hold in whatever's there. And then you finally got, with more padding on the bottom, although, oh, that's kind of cute. Dual usage padding, so that's your rainproof shield down there. And then finally some more pockets. So this is where I might keep something like spare batteries or jeweler screwdrivers or whatever other tools. And oh, look at that. They're lined with nice soft material also. Look at that. Oh, that's awesome. Even the sides. Pretty good attention to detail in here. I can see why these bags are becoming so popular. Cool. Well, I think that pretty much covers it. So just to remind you guys again, this is the Everki Beacon, and I think that it would, oh, look at that, the bottom's like a very, very thick, robust, rubbery material. You could pretty much drag this thing around, and I wouldn't expect it to be subjected to any real damage. So thank you. Here, I wouldn't be complete without, you know, a fashion show shot of it. And don't forget to subscribe to Linus Tech Tips for more unboxings, reviews, and other computer videos.